there's something curious going on inside. And we're not just talking about the intense pursuit of Jørgen Strand or the attempts to convince Brentford to accept a more generous offer. The corridors of St. James' Park are buzzing with speculation over a new name that suddenly emerged in the club's internal discussions. A name no one saw coming. A name that, until recently, wasn't even on the radar of fans or journalists. And the most intriguing part, he's currently playing for a Premier League rival. That's right, someone who already knows the English pitches, who's faced some of the league's toughest defenders, and who could soon become Alexander Isak's new strike partner. Of course, when this kind of news starts to leak, the most attentive fans immediately perk up. Those who follow Newcastle's behind-the-scenes movements know the club rarely makes a move without purpose, especially when it comes to strengthening the attacking department. Even more so now, with Eddie Howe making it clear behind closed doors that he needs more attacking options to face the new season head-on. The transfer window is in full swing, and every detail matters, so if you want to stay on top of everything, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. It really helps our work and ensures you won't miss any major updates like the one we're about to reveal. What makes this story even more fascinating is the context of the potential signing. This latest target isn't coming from abroad. He's not a young South American talent or a Bundesliga wonderkid. Even though names like Benjamin Zacco are being closely monitored, this player is already in the Premier League. He's settled and he knows the opposition. And more importantly, he's already proven he can score goals in this league. His numbers last season were solid, and his performances caught the attention of several analysts and even direct rivals. But the real surprise lies in who he is and where he's coming from. According to the British outlet Shropshire Star, Newcastle United have set their sights on Wolverhampton striker Jørgen Strand Larsen. Yes, you heard that right. The Norwegian forward who bagged 14 goals in the Premier League last season and was one of the key players under Gary O'Neill and then Vitor Pereira. And even though Wolves activated their purchase clause and paid around £23 million to permanently sign him from Celta Vigo, Newcastle's interest is reportedly starting to stir things up behind the scenes at Molde. The article claims that the Magpies have strong interest in Strand Larsen, although they haven't made formal contact with Wolves just yet. Now that this information has come to light, the situation is becoming even more intriguing. Despite Newcastle's ongoing efforts to sign Jørgen Strand with Sky Sports and journalist Keith Downey reporting that the Brentford striker is training alone and edging closer to a move to St. James' Park in a deal worth around £35 million, Strand Larsen's emergence as a target suggests the club is working on a plan B, or perhaps a completely different tactical alternative. Unlike Strand, who is quick, mobile, and can play across the front line, Strand Larsen is a classic number 9, known for his physical presence and aerial strength. A profile that could either complement Isak strategically or replace him when needed. By the way, if you're enjoying this deeper analysis of Newcastle's targets, don't forget to like the video and turn on notifications. There's a lot more exclusive information coming your way, and you definitely won't want to miss a single update. Content like this takes time to investigate and produce, so if you value serious journalism about the Magpies, subscribing to the channel really makes a difference. Going back to Strand Larsen, it's worth pointing out that the 192 meters tall striker has been described by pundits as a true old-school number 9, strong in the air, intelligent with his movement in the box, and lethal from close range. He could be exactly what Newcastle's squad needs, especially when Isak is unavailable or pushed into a different role. While Strand appeals for his versatility, Strand Larsen offers squad depth in a very different way. Physical duels with centre-backs and a presence inside the penalty area that could be decisive in matches against deep defensive lines or when a more direct approach is required. What's particularly interesting is that Newcastle's interest in Strand Larsen is unfolding alongside the Strand negotiations. According to Keith Downey, the club is working to improve the initial £25 million bid rejected by Brentford and is now discussing a revised package worth £35 million. Strand is currently training on his own, a strong indication that a departure is imminent. But what if, in the middle of all this, Strand Larsen becomes the priority? What if Newcastle are preparing a double swoop for both forwards? And if you've made it this far, it's because you're just as engaged as we are in covering these developments. So go ahead and drop your opinion in the comments. Would you rather see Strand Larsen arrive as Newcastle's new number 9, or do you think Strand fits Eddie Howe's style better? Your input is incredibly valuable and helps us understand how the fan base is feeling about the club's direction. Meanwhile, other names are still being tracked. Benjamin Zacco from RB Leipzig remains on the radar. With physical traits similar to Strand Larsen, Zacco has been labeled a special player by former Leipzig technical director Christopher Wievel, who highlighted the youngster's rare technical profile and huge potential. According to bundesliga.com, Zacco is fast, strong in the air, mobile, and a lethal finisher, a modern striker who, despite being just 21 years old, is already seen as one of Europe's brightest prospects. But the reality of Newcastle's financial situation right now may make a move for Zacco more complicated. His valuation sits around €50 million, and the club still needs to comply with financial fair play regulations. That's why Strand Larsen stands out as a more feasible option both in terms of cost and his immediate Premier League readiness. It's that classic football truth. Sometimes the best signing is the one who already knows the terrain. The good news for fans is that Newcastle's board is clearly active, alert, and ready to make quick decisions. The interest in two very different types of striker shows that Eddie Howe is seeking tactical variety, something the squad lacked last season. And while Wissa seems closer for now, the fact that Strand Larsen is also being considered is a sign that the club is moving smartly. If you want to keep up with every twist and turn in these negotiations, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Here you'll always get exclusive content, trustworthy reporting, and analysis that goes deeper than the headlines. And of course, when any signing is officially confirmed, you'll be the first to know. Keep a close eye, things could change very quickly over the next few days. If Newcastle really do increase their bid for Wissa, Brentford might finally budge, and if Wolves sense that the interest in Strand Larsen is real, an unexpected opportunity could arise. Either way, the transfer market is on fire, and Newcastle fans have every reason to dream big. The season ahead looks promising, and these early moves are already proving it.